support progressive journalism, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon for latest updates.
I would like to tell the government, we are grateful to you for what you are doing for us. You take us into confidence, we will be all the more responsible for what we do. But by seeking to find out, make a survey of our churches, authorized, unauthorized religious places, this is not a good move. This is only encouraging fringe elements and smaller groups, fundamentalist type of groups, to take the law into their hand. Tomorrow this list which has been prepared by the police will be given. It's not going to be a secret. It's going to be given to the public, and surely in city like Bangalore, in city like Mangalore, Mysore, the city, perhaps we are safe, we are good. But what about the small churches which are in the villages, which are in the remote areas? You're going to give a list to these people to do what's called the policing, the moral policing. We're already speaking about it, and that the other groups try to harm us, try to injure us, try to spoil our relationship. I have said it quite often. See, look at our institutions. We have so many schools, so many hospitals. During the time of COVID, we have taken thousands of people in St. John's, St. Martha's, in the other hospitals of ours, and not a single person has been converted. In all the schools that we have the children, I would surely close the school which tries to convert even one child. Even one child. We are honest about it. We are against fear and forced conversions. We are against fraudulent, deceitful conversions. I would say it's not a good thing. I can understand that perhaps some of the people, they may be little more enthusiastic, but in a mature citizen country like ours, we have to learn to accept everybody. If they are doing fraudulently, if they are forcing people, surely you have to take action. You have to take action. But otherwise, the Constitution itself gives us certain liberties. Liberties to practice your religion, liberties even to change your religion, liberties to proclaim your religion, propagate your religion. So, in these framework of the Constitution, the laws and the regulations of our country, there are enough safeguards. You don't have to make new and more laws. You don't have to ask the police force to go and check everything. I really join my hands when I see a police. You know, the way they are working. During the corona, I am told they lost about 50, 60 policemen lost their lives. And this time, during the festival times, they have to be this one. And you are giving the police the work of going and checking every church and every this one. And I be on our behalf of what can we show you as being authorized? Because you can always find a fault to say that it is not authorized because this tax is not paid, this permission has not been received, and with this kind of bureaucratic norms, we have so many churches, we have to ask for permission, and for years together, the permissions have not been given. We are giving the police the work of going and checking every church and every this one. And I be on our behalf of what can we show you as being authorized? Because you can always find a fault to say that it is not authorized because this tax is not paid, this permission has not been received, and with this kind of bureaucratic norms, we have so many churches, we have to ask for permission, and for years together, the permissions have not been given. I would say, if the government wants to make a survey of this, please tell me. I can send a message to those unauthorized churches to apply today itself and let the government assure me that they will be authorized. You know, the government, especially Mr. Chief Minister, Mr. Bommai, has been so kind and generous to say that whenever the religious places which were built on unauthorized constructions on government land can be continued, they need not be demolished. When you have said, I think it's a good statement. It's a noble statement to say that all the community should be in harmony, but apply it also to all the communities. Why are you targeting only our community? Why do you want to count only our sort of structures, the structures of worship? Tomorrow, if it is not properly done, do you want to trouble us? If you are extending to say that unauthorized structures can continue, please give us that privilege also. We will try to regularize them and help us to regularize these churches. Don't charge taxes for churches, temples, masjids. They are places of worship. Make it simple. Help us. We will also cooperate with you and bless this land. I love Karnataka. I love my motherland. I would say this is not a good thing. It's first of all undermining the confidence of our police who are doing very good work. If there is something wrong in the society, let the police find out and file a case and do it. Allowing certain groups to do these things, what's called moral policing, is as good as sending a message that the police are good for nothing, which is not true. Which is not true. The police are doing a great work. Allow them to do their work. Don't release, or rather don't sort of let loose people to take the law into their hands. There are courts, there are police stations in order to make complaints. If there is anything, surely they will take charge, they will do it. And people are people, they know how to solve their problems. You don't have to create the problems in order to solve them for them. This is what is happening. When things are going on well, why doesn't the government sort of join the public and say that we will encourage certain things? Government is not there only to restrict and to police. Government is also to encourage and to bloom the goodness in us. And I am not for moral policing. It is not good. Mother Teresa was asked the same question. You are doing a lot of good works. Do you mean to convert the people? Mother Teresa, she said, yes. I want conversion, but conversion of the heart, not the conversion of this name or fame or religions and scriptures. This is not the things that ultimately we want you to be a good man. I would also like the Hindus to be good Hindus, the Muslims to be good Hindus, good Muslims, Christians to be good Christians. Let us strive for this conversion of our heart. If you are attracted to my religion, if you want to join, you have the freedom. I can't force you. But if after knowing everything, you are a wise man, you are a learned man, you are an educated man, you want to come to our religion, can I say no to you? Can I close my door to you? On the other hand, there are so many Americans, Europeans are coming to India, they are devotees of Sai Baba, they are Ramakrishna Mission, they are converting, Christians are becoming Hindus now. Would you object to that? I don't think it is so easy as that. It's like telling me Mr. Golatti, he is the MLA, I have a lot of respects for him. Is it possible to go to an MLA's house where there is so much security and to force one person to come out and become a Christian? Is it possible? And so also I don't think people fall for these small gifts and benefits. As the Madras High Court said, they might be putting some cross there, but I don't think they change the religion. Once they realize it's only outside and for benefits, they will come back to your own religion and to your own traditions. I don't think it's a big problem. But I would make us repeat the statement that I am not for force and fear conversions and also deceitful and fraudulent conversion. This should not be allowed. I would say the press has to play a very responsible role. The WhatsApp and the others have to play a very, very responsible role. And dishing out old videos, as you said, old beatings, and I have told my people also, it's not very healthy for us to rotate these, which has happened 10 years ago, 15 years ago. These have gone. Someone has sent me the other communities also, somewhere people carrying the swords and giving an oath to say that these are all old things. Why to repeat it now? The Hindus are good people. There are majority of the Hindus are really good people. If there is a small section, let us also try to bear with them. Let us also try to dialogue with them. Let us not fight with them. So everyone has got abhimana of his own religion, of his own caste, of his own traditions. They are entitled to it. Let us not hurt them. I do not want to hurt the sentiments of our Hindu brothers and of our Muslim brothers. Whatever is good in their religion, I will surely take it.